Two, one.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Spoken Voices. We hope, like we say all the time, we hope everybody's doing well during this pandemic. And one day we would like to not have to say that to you all. And I hope that day is coming soon. Today, we have our producer with us today. And we're just going to talk about a little bit about the year. And considering this is New Year's Eve, when you guys see it, it'll probably be at a later date. But this is New Year's Eve, and we're going to talk a little bit about the coming year, 2021, and hope to talk about some happy stuff and things that we're looking forward to in 2021. And we hope you're looking for a happy New Year the same. And of course, this is my wife, Maribel Ramos Brooks,
You
the
almost
producer.
stuttered there a little bit.
I did. I forgot your name. I don't call your name. I don't never call your full name.
Yes, you do.
I never call your full name.
Every show, you always say Maribel. And I'm like sitting like, why is he calling me Maribel?
Folks, that's her name.
Anyway.
That's her name.
Yeah, it was a very interesting year.
Uh-huh.
But ever since our production shut down, the studio shut down, it was like a bolt hit me. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? No, I'm like, okay, we're gonna film it from our home and we'll continue doing it. You know, we want to be able to inspire people. And I think I would like to mention about husbands and wives, how you guys can, get together and create things and do things together because again, it makes a marriage last.
Mhm.
But anyway, I love television, I love productions, and hopefully I want to do other bigger things, so but this is something nice. This is a great start. So yeah, just try not to speak too fast, and I know you're doing a wonderful job as a host.
You're critiquing me?
Why not?
Are you critiquing me?
Yeah, and I could do that.
Well,
and why not do it on live TV? I'm good with that.
see, this is a good thing, folks. This is a good thing. See, because when we're in the studio, we have a production company, and the production company always comes back and let us know how we did and whatnot. I worry about their critique also. I've been getting somewhat good reviews, and if my wife doesn't think that's the case, then I'm in trouble because she's the producer of the show. So my thing is 2021, am I going to still be here, or will she let me go? That is a question that we will answer on our next show. But really, um, I'm looking forward to a new year with this show, and again, just bringing you stuff that we hope keeps you interested, keeps you informed, keep you feeling good about yourself and good about the world, as opposed to what we've been going through last year, this soon to be last year. Um, we want to have some happy thoughts, some good things, and uh, my question to you is, what
You
are you looking forward to?
you pointing at me or you pointing at the audience?
I'm pointing at you.
Hey,
I
I'm
can't,
just I'm just the producer here.
hun,
You
I
can't.
can't get a response from the audience. They can't talk to me over the television.
Yeah, but
But what are you looking forward to
for
uh,
what? For the new year?
for the new year, 2021?
Well, I don't celebrate New Year's. I mean, like,
No, what are you looking forward to going forward? All right, I know you don't celebrate New Year's, but I'm
well,
saying,
I mean, like my quote. This is what I always believe in. It's not
mhm,
about just existing. It's about living. So we have to, take precautions. Again, still, we're still living in this pandemic world.
yeah,
So we can't
mhm,
avoid not wearing a mask. So you got to keep wearing your mask no matter where you go.
mhm,
But what's important, yeah, to be able to of course I want to increase my numbers and I want to be able to help others. That's what I want to do. And that's always been my life course, try to help others, inspire others,
uh-huh,
especially our young ones. I hope that I'm able to work on a project that I'm still working on, and,
right,
and it's not an easy one, but
hmm,
just being able to inspire people and encourage people to come up with creators, be creative for the next year. And we gotta stay strong, mentally,
hmm.
you know. But stop asking me
That
questions.
that kind of keeps you going though. So I've asked you questions. I've asked you questions to the show's over. That's why I have guests.
I'm the boss.
Yes, but I'll still ask you questions. Um, my thing is, I know we have a new vaccine out and stuff like that, so that's encouraging too. That's encouraging going forward. The positivity that we have, the positivity that each and every one of us have inside of us, should move us forward through the new year. Again, like Maribel said,
Yeah, you
thinking
did it again.
what?
Maribel.
Well, that's what they know you. They don't know you by the name that I called you. They don't know you by
I
Bell.
like call me producer. I like producer Brooks.
Okay, our
That's
producer,
that's gonna be our New Year thing.
our producer has the idea of moving forward in positivity. Think of things. My thing is, you're killing me. My thing is thinking of the things that make you happy. Thinking of the things creatively that you can do as an individual, and be it filming, be it speaking, getting involved with those who are less fortunate than yourself. That's one of the greatest things that we can do for our fellow human beings. And there's a million and one things that programs and things that are out there that we can get involved with. We have our show, of course, and there's other endeavors that we're doing to help the general public. And if we think of we think of other things that we can do, it makes you feel better.
Other things like what?
Oh, just going out volunteering.
But you
Um,
have to be careful because of the pandemic. So how can you go out to volunteer when there's no job hiring anyone?
because volunteering is not getting paid. It's not a job. There's
No,
different
I
things
understand
like
that, but I'm talking about going out to volunteer. You're going to be among other people. So
Mhm.
unless you're helping with food,
That's what I
which
was
is the best
that's what I
thing.
was about to get into too.
Okay.
Is that if you look at the news, at any type of news, even local news, you see the food lines.
Mhm.
The food lines. I was watching the other day in Texas. There was over 400 cars waiting to receive a box of food. Now, I have to assume that they need a group of people to be able to do this because of the volume of cars and the volume of people that's coming in. And it's not just Texas; it's all over the country that people are in need of food, and the people who are giving the food out are in need of people helping give out this food. I mean, and that's something that you have to walk away from feeling good about uh, something that you have done. Uh, it's also very hurtful when you see it. For me, it kills me to see these people that are in need of the basics, the basic thing as milk, eggs, and stuff like that, where they don't can't afford to buy this because they've lost their job because of the pandemic, or have to close down their stores and stuff like that. And that's what I'm talking about. The giving of oneself to to do something good for your fellow human being, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing stuff like that. And these people practice safe distance. They make sure that the people have on their mask and everything like that. So yes, there is a possibility, and there is this thing because of the pandemic that you want to take precaution because you don't really want to get sick doing something good.
Mhm.
You know, but I look at it as if you take precautions to do what you need to do, just as we do when we go out shopping.
Mhm.
We go out and go to the grocery store because we have to go buy food because we're fortunate enough to be able to do it. Um, take the same precautions when you're going out to help others. Um, I think about not only that, I think about all the children that's out here that's not going to school who can't go to school. You know, what can people do to help that situation? Because at the end of the day, I tell you right now, if we were if we had small kids and we had to go through the programs with them, it's from school and stuff like that, things have changed so much since we were in school.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Lord help if a child brought me a math problem at this point, right?
Yeah, but I remember when I was a little girl, I was very energetic. I was very active. So I sometimes think and I say to myself, these kids are home. I mean, I know that well, let's just think about it this way. We got children who are home and they're so used to being around other kids
Hmm.
and they're used to being in school. So if they're home and they're always constantly on a computer,
Hmm.
I would think these poor kids would be very bored. I know I would.
I was gonna say I would too.
I would be very bored. So what do you do to help these kids? I mean, all our children are all grown, they're all young adults, but I know for a fact that I know that when I'm with Allie,
Hmm.
I like to make sure not only do I sit down to teach her how to write, she's only 3 years old, but
Who's Allie? Tell the
Allie's my
people there.
granddaughter. She's
Yeah.
she's she's our granddaughter, and she's 3 years old. And we have Summer, who is also 3 years old.
Hmm.
Very smart little girls.
Hmm.
That's because parents get involved, and I
Right.
know there's parents out there who get involved with their children, but
Hmm.
I'm talking about the teenagers,
Yeah.
where they're constantly sitting down in front of a computer. What do you do? I know they get bored, and I know, and it must be really hard because again, they're so used to being around other kids. There's activity, there's conversation, there's some interaction, there is, the socializing with one another,
Hmm.
and that's all gone. So now they're home with their brothers or sisters.
Oh, by themselves
Because
if
I
they're the only
remember,
child.
brothers and sisters can fight all the time. So what do you do? So, you can't even, again, you can't go to school. But you know what? It's always good that if we as parents try to make it fun for them, keep them active. I know there's parents that got to go to work or they have to
Yes.
be in the computer
Hmm.
and they're working and the kids is behind them,
Hmm.
making noises, trying to get their attention. What do? I know for a fact I would try to give everybody their nap before I get on the computer. That's what I
But
would do.
but if you're talking about it's true though, but a younger child. But I agree with you. It must be really hard for teenagers,
Yeah.
like high school students,
The
right?
little one is easier because you can
Yes,
play with them.
you can have a
You
little bit
want
more
to teach
control.
them. With me, I teach them Spanish,
Hmm.
or I teach a little bit of my culture, music culture is what I
Hmm.
do with Ali. We play music and we
Right.
dance. I just tire her out, and then
Hmm.
in the afternoon, she's asleep. She's trying to
Yeah.
get her little nap.
Hmm.
But when it comes to a teenager, I think you could do the same thing. You just got to help them,
Hmm.
teach them new languages, and or just try to
Right.
find someone who can like me. I mean, I teach Spanish. I
Hmm.
love teaching Spanish, and I love teaching the dance of salsa, and I like to throw in a little bit of the instruments where I can just we got to teach our kids our culture, teach kids your culture,
Hmm.
get them involved,
Right.
and I think we can do that with them. But again, I think, of course, I think the schools are closed now,
I
but
think
I
so
think
too.
they're
I'm
going to
confused.
reopen now that we have this vaccine.
What they've done is like some states have the schools, some cities actually in states, because sometimes states themselves have different rules from the
Oh,
mayor and
and
stuff
there
like
are
that.
parents
Yeah.
who are not sending their kids to school.
Right. Which I
I
think
will
is
be
smart.
one of them.
Which I
Yes,
think is
I
really
would definitely
smart.
do that myself because, but again, if you have a backyard and look around you in your neighborhood, if
Hmm.
there's like horses or cows, try to call them up and try to see if they can just come out, and
Hmm.
just take a look at them or pet them, or like I just did recently, I went horseback riding. That was fun. and there
Hmm.
was nobody around me.
Right.
So it was just me and Jackson. Beautiful, beautiful horse show, a retired horse show that
Stallion.
yeah, that
Hmm.
they had found, and they saved him. And so this beautiful family just started they opened up their ranch,
Hmm.
and that's a business now for them. So now, it's just a beautiful thing how families can get together and start creating and helping each other out,
Right.
because the economy right now is just so hard for these
It
people.
is. It
So
is. And like you say though, as grandparents, because I'm very sure that most probably over half of our audience are probably grandparents because
yeah,
of where we are in Connecticut
yeah,
and the people that have this station. When I'm with my granddaughter Summer, You know what the funny thing is? I sit down there and I ask questions, and she can be on her pad and she's doing something. And it may not even be pertaining to school, but it's stuff to make her mind work. Put this there, do this and do that. And, you know, I'll just sit down there for an hour or so and just ask her questions of, what are you doing? Show me that. Where does that go? You know, and it makes her mind work. We have two other granddaughters too, but they're like 9. They're 9 years old. And so their attention span in a house is very short because
they're very active.
yeah, they're smart and they're active. And so having them sit, if you look at it now, when I go over the house and watch them, my heart goes out to their teachers. Because imagine having a classroom of these little people and trying to make each and every one of them listen to what you're trying to teach.
Yeah, my heart goes out to the parents because now,
both.
You know, because of the pandemic, now they're home,
right?
And parents who are not working and who are working from home, they're home. So now you got this beautiful family. You know, I think this pandemic can you have your pros and your cons because you know, first and foremost, you don't have to be away from your family. To me, is a pro. That's because now families are, you know, should come together. Now is the time where parents can finally teach their kids, you know, and be able to know, to get them better, you know, get to know them, you know, while you're home. And I know there's some parents who are telling me certain things about what they're discovering about their kids.
That's right.
And it's a great bond where now everybody's together and they can and work with each other. And then you have other families who can't stand each other. And they don't want to be close to each other.
This is true.
But that's you know, it's a blessing when you can wake up every day and you're breathing and you're not experiencing this virus at all. And my heart goes out to, you know, our hearts go out to the families that are going through something.
That's
but
right.
What about those who are not? You know, be happy, be content, and be
creative.
It's a blessing, to be able to get up every morning, thank God, and say, okay, what am I supposed to do today? You know, I mean, me, I'm always creating, and I'm always, you know, me, I'm like a firecracker.
No,
I'm always creating. I said, let's go. We got to get out of here.
It's good though. I, on the other hand, I'm a reader. I like reading things, and even I hate the fact that I can't pick up a paper anymore and read it because a lot of the paper's gone out of business. But I read a lot. A lot of them, yeah, a lot of them. The New York Post and the Daily News I haven't yet, but they're on shaky ground. And the New York Times, of course.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, but everybody gets their information, right? Another good thing, because of what I'm about to say, most kids get their information off the phone or off the computer.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you're home with your kid, right? With your grandson, granddaughter, or daughter, or whatever, right? And you say, okay, we don't want you on the computer right now. Let's go outside and let's look how beautiful the world is, right? Especially in our area. You know, the mountains, the different animals that you see out here, the different birds and stuff like that. You ask yourself, how often do we do that?
But what happens with those parents who don't have that?
In our daily lives. There's beauty in this world all over, no matter where you are, believe me, there's beauty somewhere.
Yeah, you can find it. I would go up the roof and
exactly. You can look at the stars,
the
clouds, the whatever. It gives you an opportunity. This is giving us, like you said, this is giving us and everybody else the opportunity to connect more with our loved ones, right? Even if it's over the phone, even if it's over Zoom or whatever.
FaceTime, which is a great thing.
Yeah, you have the opportunity now because everybody's home. A lot of people are not doing the 9-to-5s anymore, you know, for the most part. And maybe this is a change, right, that we will see going forward. Right? Because if I run a company, right, and I realize I don't have to pay to have people being in a building that the company pays rent for, pays lights for, and stuff like that, and half of my staff, if not more, can work from home, I want that. Because I think productivity for a worker when they're home They're not at the office at 3:30 going, oh, okay, when I go home, I got to cook, I got to do this, I got to do this. What you're doing is concentrating on what you need to concentrate on because you're able to say, okay, let me take a second, go start heating up something.
Yeah, you're in
Right?
control.
You're control of your environment now. When you're in the office, you're building, you're not. And so there are good things that has come out of this for me. You know, the bad thing, of course, is the virus itself, but what it has done to us, for the most part, if you embrace what, you know, this thing is doing and you find the brighter side of it, that's a good thing. I think it's a great thing and whatnot. We haven't been able, if this thing hadn't started, right, we would still be doing the show, right? But I don't know if we would have took the time as fast as we did to think of other things to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we would be able to move about. If you're stationary, all of a sudden, if your mind is creative, if you have a creative mind, if you're stationary for a while, all of a sudden you're writing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? You're writing, you're thinking of other things.
Like us.
Yeah.
Right? Like you didn't know I was so creative.
I knew. I knew before we moved. What are you talking about? Of course I knew. Of course I knew that you were creative. Okay. Yeah, I've always known you could.
But I'm talking about, you know, the editing and putting the lights together and the mixture of the lights and
but remember
the technology of all the crazy.
But remember,
Pro
how long have we been doing
this year?
How long? It's almost a year, right? Or is it past the year?
No. It's only been a year.
It's been a year from the time that you was at the studio and learning.
Yeah, the work
from Mark and those guys, right? I realized, wow, I came in, you forget, I came into the studio and saw you edit a show.
Yeah, but
which made my head explode because I would have got so frustrated at some point. Yeah. I would have called one of the guys in and told him, go do this for me. It's just, you know, because my mindset is different. I don't even know what you would call my head. I sing, I write, a headache, right? I sing, I write and stuff like that. Technical stuff escapes me sometimes. And it doesn't escape me because I can't learn it. It escapes me because I don't have the patience for it. To see you edit a show and the patience that you have is amazing to me because I wouldn't have that patience.
It's like, for example, when your husbands or your sons are in front of a television and they're playing the PlayStation or the Xbox. So for me, it's just a wonderful technology where I can go and play with so many different squares and different audios and different sounds and different lights and different clips. And it's like a puzzle that you can just put things together. For me, it's exciting.
Yeah. And see, and I'm amazed by, the thing with me, I'm amazed by what people can do, especially what people can do that I can't.
But we're talking about me.
Yeah, but I'm talking about you too. You're involved in this too. And
this is why I can be on TV because I'd rather be behind television.
Why?
Because I like it. I like to see what I create.
But why don't you like to be in front of TV?
Well,
always think being in front of the TV, you get to tell your point of view. You can show your point of view behind it, but it has to go through another vehicle.
I think being in front of TV, you're kind of listening to each other. You're listening to the person.
Yeah.
But for me, behind the television is more productive because I can see all the action. And it's fun. It is fun for me, And of course, I try acting, but maybe this person, I don't know. But anyway, the point is I like the production. I like to help people. Is what I love doing. Like I like to tell you what to do. I like to tell you what colors to wear. I like to tell you what clothing to wear. I can tell you what lights are hitting you okay. Like right now on the side of you, it's a little dark, but we can work with it. I like that because it gives me the ability to see and be able to create, just like a filmmaker, or a director. I just like those things. I like doing those things, and it just brings me more empowerment, of course, and also it inspires me to learn more because there's so much in depth, in productions,
And I like being in front of the camera because
I put you in front of the camera, and because I told you to be the host of the show.
I like being in front of the camera because I feel that if I can say words of encouragement to people, I feel like I'm fulfilling what I'm supposed to do. Even as our producer says, she put me in front of the camera, but it's the only reason I said okay is because I knew it was going to help her, and that's my personality. I always try to help those
Well, that's the point. We
people I
we
love.
help each other out. I
Yeah.
mean, I know when I started to do this thing that I wanted to create, because I remember one time just walking and I see this little piece of paper about a workshop, and I went for it. And of course I prayed because I was trying to find what can I do? What can I do? I'm tired of not doing anything.
Hmm.
And now that all the kids are all grown, and then decided to just check it out. And then thank you God, I love my instructors, Mark and Franny and Megan and
Yeah,
Chris, everybody in the studio. I miss you all. If you guys are watching this, I
yeah,
miss my team.
they're going to watch it.
I miss my team so much. You have no idea how important you. You know what? Now that I got this little platform, I just want to say this. It's so important that directors, actors, for me, I believe that sometimes the people that are behind the camera don't get too much credit.
Right.
I don't think that they do, especially
Hmm.
the extras, because I used to be an extra for almost 5 years. And then I got tired because people started dictating me, telling me that I should be this. And I'm like, no, I wanna make more money and I wanna get into this. But then again, I guess because of the people that I came across, they kind of discouraged me so much that I gave up on acting. But I truly believe that it's so important to give the crew members the extra, the benefit of the doubt, because of them is what make these, the movies are
Yeah.
so, they come alive because of the crew. And I'm happy that I'm able to examine that and see that, because I was part of that, and I didn't appreciate how people treated me.
Hmm.
But it was okay because it was an experience and it was something for me to learn from, and it taught me to be a better person.
Right.
So, and I don't mean to take over the show, but anyway, um 2 more minutes and that's it. So my point is this: I appreciate you all. I really do. I appreciate the technology. I appreciate the time you guys put into it to make us look good, to put us out there. And that goes for all media and all production. They deserve to really be recognized.
Indeed, and they do,
Sure.
because without them we couldn't get this done. And we've come to the end of our show, and you hear our little dogs barking. Uh, as always, we always say this: man makes plans, God smiles, and we wish everyone a happy New Year. We wish everybody a safe New Year, and we hope that you join us again on another episode of Spoken Voices. Happy New Year again. Take care.
Anyway, that was good.
Yes.